What's up guys, Shadow Gamer AX coming at you with another top 10 video for you guys today, and it's been a long time since I've done this, but I'm glad to be back in the grind. So today, we are going to be counting down our top picks for the worst anime of 2020. Now this is just my overall opinion. This is just going to be my creative differences with the shows, and not so much as a rant. Keep that in mind. Another thing I want you guys to keep in mind is there is another top 10 video coming out. We're going to be counting down the best of 2020. So that's something to look forward to. But I figured we get the worst out of the way first and foremost. And let's begin. 10. Takadashi, When They Cry, the remake. I don't have a problem with Takadashi. In fact, I really love this series to death. But what I do have a problem with, however, is the fact that they changed dialogue in the subtitle, and that's a no-no. I honestly felt like this show didn't need a remake, it didn't need a retelling, it didn't need a remoderation, it needed to have just a sequel if they wanted to make one. Now, it is to my understanding that Funimation just bought out the series. And if we've learned anything from Funimation is that they give people the fuck you, and they don't care about the regular fans or any fans to be in general. So the fact that they changed dialogue is a major problem for me, and many other people that are fans of the series. And to my knowledge and to my conclusion, this shouldn't have been a remake at all. This should have been left alone. Now we got a toned down version of Goo Goo Gaga My Feelings in play here. Number 9, Lapis Relights. On a realistic standpoint, I found this rather boring as hell. I don't know why. I mean, if you guys like it, that's fine. Power to you. But I found this show relatively boring. And it's the creativity felt to me like it wasn't really doing much for me in the long run. I had less enjoyment of this show than I had with any other show on this list. I don't know, like it was just wasted opportunity in my book. And the fact that made this a musical really took that element out of me. Like I didn't enjoy it because it was a musical, and I don't know about you guys, but I hate musicals to beat hell. There's only a few musicals that I've seen that's anime that's decent, and the only one I think I remember in my years would be Red Garden. Yeah, the songs are very corny and it's hard to watch at times, but I like the plot. It had some depth. Other than this one, any other musicals I just don't like. At the number 8 spot is the another Funimation title that they just got their grubby little hands on. That was called Uzakichan Dub. I don't like this dub because the subtitle was so great. It had a lot of funny moments in there. And whenever I see Funimation getting their hands on a title that was just potentially one of the best of the year, in fact, they take that and they just make it dog shit. So one of Uzaki-chan's most famous lines in the anime is Senpai calls the friend that she wants to hang out with Senpai. They completely removed the word senpai, and they completely ruined Uzaki-chan's character. And then I came to a revelation that if senpai quote was completely gone from the show, then I would assume and I would imagine that all of the other gags and other funny moments of Uzaki-chan were also removed, because we're dealing with Funimation, a company that likes taking subtitles and dubs and completely destroying it, making it unwatchable. Number 7, Artie. I look at this show and I thought this had a lot of potential. It had a lot of depth. It had a lot of creativity in it. However, this show has a lot of issues and a lot of problems and plot gaps and so on, that this show actually just makes it potentially boring for that reason alone. And the biggest turnoff for me, I think, was the fact that they repeatedly said in the show, "Oh, look at me, I'm a woman and I can't be an artist because only men can be artists." The fact that they repeatedly said this in multiple episodes and multiple flashbacks just turned me off completely. The episodes were all over the place, plot-wise and interest-wise. I think the show was very confusing and it strayed from what it was supposed to be. This anime had a lot of potential, and I'm very disappointed in the route they decided to take and in the wasted opportunity that they did not take advantage of. That's my biggest gripe with the show. Number 6, Fruits Basket Season 2. I'm an original fan of the original Fruits Baskets. I felt like having a remake of the Season 1 was a little overkill because we already know what happened in the beginning and what we really wanted for those of us that have watched the series again and again and again. We wanted to have a Season 2 right off the bat. Now that we have a Season 2, I felt like this show fell really, really flat. I didn't like the fact that they're focusing on every other character besides Toru, and that's a major problem. It seemed to me for the last 10 episodes I've watched, they were focusing more on their side characters than they were on Toru, and that is a major problem. And I understand that they have a lot of characters and character development, but get your main character involved. If you don't get your main character involved, it just seems like it's more of a season about your side characters rather than what you're trying to tell. I'm just disappointed in this show. And if I wanted to check out what happens at the end of I will probably do that just to save me a headache. But anyway, yeah, it just fell short for me. There was just a lot of things I was displeased with, and that's that. Number 5, Japan Sinks. Oh boy. I have a lot of issues with this show. It is not just because the show fell flat, it's because there's a lot of random misfires. Animation looks stellar. It looks very good, slick. However, the story is my main concern. And it seems that the show was taking a direction that really didn't make sense. The characters made decisions that normally you wouldn't really make if you were actually smart and know so much about survival. This was just a pitiful display of storytelling. That's what my main gripe is. And creative differences aside, the show really felt like it was rushed through the ironing board and then hang out to dry for in the sun for about 10-12 hours. It was confusing as hell. I don't understand what the end goal was. I don't understand what the character development was for. I don't understand what the character's lesson was learned of. It was all over the place, bouncing up and down like a roller coaster. To a point where it just made little to no sense. None of it did. The story went absolutely nowhere. Number 4, Smile Down the Runway. If I had to pick 2 words to describe this show, it would be incredibly boring. none of it really clicked for me. None of it really had a everlasting impact. It just felt bland and uninteresting. And maybe that's okay for you. That's totally fine. But it makes this list because nothing was really interesting for it. It felt flat, it felt boring, it felt uninteresting. And yes, before you get on your soapbox and say, "Oh, well, I don't have any experience when it comes to modeling shows. You don't know what it means," or "I doubt you watch any other shows besides what you're interested in." Not true. I've seen a plethora of other shows and genres, and the ones that kind of is similar to this one entirely is Paradise Kiss. They did things differently than this show did. Paradise Kiss did things where the character development was very interesting, and it made me keep coming back for more. It made the characters and the outcomes very impactful. This one, however, felt flat because it didn't have that element. 3. Orion Equinox. I think I said that right. Oh man. I don't even know or even can describe what I just witnessed and what I just saw and what I've just watched. This show really has a lot of issues. First off, I'm wondering what the hell I was even watching at one point. I couldn't even finish this episode. I quit halfway through episode 1 because 1, none of it made no sense. Little vague answers and little vague dialogue, vague lines, and it looked as though we're watching a silent movie or something with zero dialogue. That's the one thing of comparison that comes to my mind. I don't know what the hell I was watching. Number 2, Girl and Dino. Come on guys, level with me. We're in the year 2020. Creativity in Japan is at a all-time high. And you have an idea to do something like this. You know, it's equivalent to what I've seen prior with the same concept that looks something like this. Something like this looks like a 1960s variety show or cartoon junior kid show. As if that was bad enough, now we got something like this. You know, our creativity feels like we're actually going backwards. I wonder why that is. Okay, yeah, never mind. Never mind, Barry. Number 1 disappointment of the year goes to Love is War Season 2. What a waste of disappointment. What a waste of potential, I do say. What really turned me off, and a plethora of other people off, was the woke politics being enforced into these subtitle episodes. And I think you recall some of my other videos on that matter. 2020 has been abysmal of a year. It's been a shithole of a year. I hate 2020 with every fiber of my being, because all of these people are just psychotic in the head and they force this shit onto other people. That's why I hate identity politics, and I want nothing more than to see it die. And seeing that in this type of show, when you had a great success with season 1, fall short because of stupid shit like this, just breaks my heart. It doesn't do the show justice. It doesn't do a show any good by putting this type of shit in our shows. If you want to make a successful show, you need to keep this stuff out of the anime industry, because that's the only way you're going to have success. And I speak from experience, because I've seen countless shows, countless companies, countless places shut down because of this type of crap. And you hate to see that. But that's my list, and I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think. What's your list? Top 10 worst anime of 2020. I'd be good to know what you guys think your list would be in the comments down below. If you are new to this channel, please, if you like the content that you see here, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, and stay up to date for the latest videos. Because I get the algorithm is very fucking me over, so I know you guys watch this video, 78% of you watch the video, so if you could do this channel a huge favor and subscribe and help us grow and make more content, that would be much appreciated. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for supporting this channel and supporting your boy, and for all you're doing for the channel. You guys mean a lot. You mean the world to me, and I can't thank you guys enough for the stuff that you're doing for my channel. It means a lot. With that being said, thank you so much for checking this video out. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Take it easy.